Hi, my name is Tassie Matthews. I currently live in St. John's, Newfoundland. I grew up in a small town of Hants Harbor, Trinity Bay. At the time I was growing up there was approximately 500 people. I guess the reason that I'm interested in your film is that it actually struck home for me. When I went away to Alberta when I was first married, went away with my husband who had gotten a job up in Alberta, and I remember feeling in some ways like a traitor in Newfoundland, and it was just almost a physical longing of being back here. It wasn't just missing the family and friends, it was almost like missing a part of me, and I think I said this in my email to you. I really missed the ocean and just the land and the air, and I guess it's hard to put into words, so I guess that's why I'm interested to see how you'll bring that feeling and that emotion of wanting to be back home and feeling that connection into a film, and I'm really anxious to see that, and I'm hoping I'll be able to be a part of it with you. So I guess in terms of a story, I was trying to think of things from growing up. I guess a little bit of background. When I grew up on the point in Hants Harbor, and my mother was kind of overprotective, I guess. So I was only allowed to go to the church, which wasn't all that far away, probably 4 or 5 houses in the road. And so my time when I was growing up was spent really playing around the beaches, mainly on my own because there weren't many children out on the point. So I spent my time, catching crabs, catching minnows, exploring my environment, exploring the beach, exploring the hills, exploring the rocks, seeing what I could find. And I'd be gone for hours, and I guess, in one way my mother was overprotective. She didn't want me past the point, and in another way there'd be times, I'm sure, they had no idea where I was, and I could be climbing the side of a cliff that had a drop to the ocean. So that's how my early life was. I spent a lot of time just on my own exploring. So that gives you some idea of what it was like. I remember when a friend of mine now, she moved here to Newfoundland from Toronto. I think it was in grade 4. And I remember at the time judging her harshly because she couldn't jump around the rocks like we could. Like, I'd get on the beach and I'd practically run through, all the sharp rocks and jump from rock to rock and, across the tidal pools and whatnot, and that was just what I was used to. However, I was gone on past and she was way behind, and I remember judging her so harshly that she couldn't do that thing, and that was a big deal to me. Like, how can you not know how to do this? Anyway, it's funny now, considering she's the one that stayed in Hants Harbor from then on and has lived in the outport for the rest of her life, and I'm the one that went to Alberta and now lives in St. John's. So anyway, so that's a little bit about me, and I'll be, I guess, showing you the scenes a little bit later, and hope to talk to you soon.